Good afternoon, Philippines. Good morning and magandang hapon, Pilipinas. Good morning to all over the world. Welcome back once again. This is Jay hosting the live interview with one of the candidates of Miss Earth 2021 pageants. And she is all the way from Australia. So, before we start our live session, I would like you to know that we are also live at our YouTube channel, Pageant Trends. So, if you are new there, don't hesitate to click the subscribe and also click the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever we have new uploaded videos. And also, please don't forget to like us on our Facebook page, Pageant Trend, for more updates and features about Pageant Trend. So I have a sad news about yung Instagram na our Instagram is not, is having a technical problem. So I hope so that it will be recovered as soon as possible. So I hope you could also follow us if we have a new Instagram account soon. All right, so um, um, let's start. So our special guest for tonight's live session, as like what I have said, is she is all the way from Sydney, Australia, and also she is competing for the Miss Earth 2021 pageant. So without further ado, let us all welcome, or please help me welcome, guys, our special guest for tonight for this afternoon's live session. We have Phoebe Sugiono, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Hi, dear.
Hi, hello, mabuhay everyone, and good afternoon, good evening. I'm Phoebe Soegiono, and I'm from Sydney, Australia. I'm 23 years old, and some fun facts about me. I love baking, I love binge watching movies, and I am obsessed with dogs. Thank you so much for tuning in.
All right, thank you so much, guys. If you have questions from our, to our special guest for this afternoon, so you may comment down below, and also if you have some shout outs or some greetings to Miss Phoebe. Of course, we will be reading that later on, right, later on while having our interview session. So, um, uh, all right. So let's start our live interview session with Miss Earth Australia 2021. Phoebe. Hi, Phoebe. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great also, and it's really nice to see you virtually, and of course, you look so gorgeous for this afternoon's live session.
Oh, thank you. Well, I just had a nap before, so I did have to redo my makeup. So I'm glad I'm looking okay.
What's your secret of being a beautiful dear?
Oh, I have to thank my parents for that. A lot of water as well. Yeah.
All right, so we all know that the Miss Earth 2021 pageant is now ongoing on. So I would like to ask about how was your preparation for this pageant?
For Miss Earth Australia, if I want to go back before Miss Earth, the preparation was I have mentors that have mentored me in how to walk, how to pose, and how to speak. And before I did Miss Earth Australia, I was trained by them for a few months. So when I did enter Miss Earth Australia, I was more prepared into doing all the shoots and doing all the live streams. So I'm glad that I had someone to help me and to mentor me, because if I didn't have that help, I would have been very lost. And with Miss Earth, because I've had that experience with Miss Earth Australia and that training, Miss Earth, um, I feel like I was more comfortable with Miss Earth because with the videos that we had to do for Miss Earth Australia, it was the same for Miss Earth. So I was definitely more prepared for Miss Earth, but I do have my own team and I do have the Miss Earth Australia team to help me. So I definitely have a lot of backup and a lot of guidance.
All right. So how was the pageant of Miss Earth Australia? Is this also a virtual pageant or a live pageant?
It was a virtual pageant. So we were in lockdown, and that's how, so Miss Earth Australia was a virtual pageant. So everything was virtual, everything was through the computer. We had to upload all the photos or the videos. So I haven't met any of the candidates face to face yet, but
Mhm.
hopefully I will be able to. Since the lockdown is over, I'm sure we are going to organize a meetup soon. I have met with the directors and the coordinators, thank goodness. But yeah, everything else was virtual. So it was it was a bit hard, but at the same time, there were some easy aspects of it. Like with the videos, we could record it and restart again in comparison to live where you just have one shot and that's it.
Wow.
Mm.
All right. Um, who was the person behind your journey?
The person behind my journey, the people who supported me throughout my journey, I would say my family has supported. My whole family has like my whole family is like my biggest fans, and they've been my biggest supporters. And I wouldn't be here without them. They've really like encouraged me, and um, they've really helped me with everything behind the scenes photos. My sister's actually over there like taking photos and taking videos to make sure I have content, like things like that. So every single person in my family has played their part, and they've done a role into helping me achieve my goals. So I'm very, very grateful to have them by my side. They are the greatest people ever.
All right. So based on your bio, you lived in Indonesia for a couple of years. So what did you do there?
Oh my goodness. Well, I lived in Indonesia when I was really young, like
Mhm.
two. I moved there for 2 years. So I don't really remember that many things. All I remember was my preschool and me riding in cars in the room. I don't remember much. But I did go back to Indonesia when I was around 15 and I went there to see my grandparents. Well, they live here at the moment, but when they lived in Indonesia, I was seeing my grandparents, my whole family, my extended family. So that was a really good experience. And I do love Indonesia. I hope that I can go back maybe next year or the year after.
All right. Do you still remember what the word or the language do you know about on
The
the
what,
in
sorry?
Indonesia? The language.
The language. Oh, I can understand Bahasa Indonesian. I used to be fluent when I was young, but
Mhm.
coming back here, I lost it. But I'm actually practicing to try and learn it again. So sometimes within the family, they would speak Indonesian, and I would try and pick up the words. And it's my Indonesian's very broken, but I am trying. So
All
that's
right.
the
Any
important bit.
any common word you know in Indonesia? Like
Like
hi, hello.
yeah, like apa kabar, like hi, how are you? Tidur, which is sleep, makan, eat, like things, simple things like that.
Wow. It's
Terima
really
kasih.
nice to hear that. All right. Thank you so much, dear. So let's talk about prior of joining the Miss Earth Australia. Do you have any pageants that you have joined before?
Like before Miss South Australia.
That yes, prior of joining the Miss Earth Australia. Do you have
Oh,
any pageants?
no, actually, that was my very first one. I was not in the pageant scene before that. So that was
Mhm.
so Miss South Australia was a very new thing for me. It was just like a whole new field, which I didn't know much of. But because of my mentors, they're very experienced in the pageant industry and they've mentored many girls to win crowns. So they have given me a lot of information about what the pageant industry is going to be like. So yeah, before that, I had no clue, and this Miss South Australia was my very first pageant.
Wow. Okay. So how do you find of joining the beauty pageants through virtually?
Through virtually, well, I would have loved to meet the candidates face to face, but of course, given the pandemic, I'm still thankful that we're able to do it virtually, and I'm glad that Miss South Australia and Miss Earth still allowed us to compete virtually. So it has been nice, still being with family while I'm doing this, because if it was face to face, I wouldn't really be around them that much, and I would still be getting support, of course, but having them physically here is very important, and it's been helping me a lot. But yeah, it's been yeah, it's still been good. I think I'm still able to speak to some of the delegates, and I do online, and we're able to we're always encouraging each other. We have a group chat, and before we start our live streams, if there are different batches, we'll just say good luck, or like you're going to do amazing, things like that. So they're all so sweet, and they're also supportive, and I love seeing that. It's not all catty, and it's not yeah, it's just very lovely. They're very lovely people.
All right. So, I just want to ask, why did you decide to join the Miss Earth Australia?
I decided to join Miss Earth because I wanted to try with pageantry because I've never done it before. I wanted to try to pursue modeling. That is what I want to do. And Miss Earth Australia seemed like it was very fitting for me, not because it's, you know, it's a part of modeling, but also because they have a purpose behind it. Their slogan is beauty with a cause, and that spoke to me because I want to be, well, I want to be a beauty, but I also want to inspire people, and I want to make a change in my community and my country, and hopefully the world as well. And so that is why I chose Miss Earth, because it isn't just about the outer appearance, it's also like the substance that you have inside.
Nice, dear. All right, if there is no Miss Earth Australia or Miss Earth or any pageants here in the world, what do you do?
Well, what would I be doing right now? I would probably be pursuing modeling in some way. I would, yeah, because I that's what I want to do. So if I wasn't doing pageantry right now, I am actually doing full-time work as a customer consultant.
Hmm.
So that is definitely what I'll be doing. So before the pageant, I was just working full-time, and I knew in my heart that I wanted to pursue modeling and do something else because um, you know, and then I heard about pageantry, and I was just like, may as well go for it. I've never done it before. I'm young. This seems like something that I want to do, that I'm passionate about, so I just went for it.
So since you are a rookie in this pageantry, what's the
Yeah.
hardest part? What's the hardest part of having a training?
About having training.
Yes.
Possibly one of the hardest parts is possibly maybe comparing yourself to other people, because there are a few candidates that have had years and years of pageantry training, and they have competed in so many events. Seeing them walk and their amazing walk, seeing how they talk, seeing how they um, just seeing how they display themselves. Sometimes it's hard not to compare yourself when me, I haven't had that much experience at all compared to these veterans here. But at the end of the day, it's your character, and it's how you portray yourself, and it's your genuine self, and that's what's going to shine through. So whether or not you may not be the best speaker, you may not be the best walker, but it's how you deliver, and it's your personality, and it's your character. So I'm sure people will see right through that.
Nice one, dear. I think you're really prepared for this, Miss Earth 2021 pageant.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I try.
All right, dear. So based on your bio, so your advocacy for the Miss Earth is on sustainability in fashion and something like that. So can you tell us the reason why you chose your advocacy?
Yes, so years ago, I wouldn't really think much about what I wore and what I bought. But recently, in the last couple of years, I just noticed just the price going down on clothing and fast fashion going up, and just seeing so many influencers promoting fast fashion. There are many brands that I have in mind right now when I'm talking about this, but it made me realize, like, how can they produce so much clothing? And because there's always a new season every single month, there's always a new trend coming out, like, where do they discard the clothes? And I realized that these clothes get neglected, and they get wasted, and they get burnt, and these companies aren't taking accountability for it, which is heartbreaking, because if the clothing is just being dumped somewhere, that is harming the environment, and not only the environment, it is harming the people of the environment too. So it woke me up, and it made me realize that I have to be sustainable in my living, not only like my living, but what I wear. I have to, you know, make more informed decisions on what I buy, or I have to keep, and that's when the 5 R's come into play. I have to reduce what I buy, reuse my clothes, recycle when I can, donate my clothes. I like to donate some of my clothes to the girls in the church as well. So, I'm always passing it down. And it's just, in the end, I just want to be sustainable in my clothing and what I wear. And because I like clothing, I like fashion, that is what really spoke to me. And I feel like that is something that I'm strong in, and that is why I chose sustainability in fashion.
Ah, that's nice, dear. All right. So when you heard about the word Miss Earth, what comes
Yeah.
first in your mind?
Someone who takes care of the earth, someone who is loving of the earth and is loving of the environment, And not only like the environment, like the trees and the plants, but the environment around them, their community and their family and their friends, because you have to take care of the people around you. That's the environment, but also you've got to take care of nature, and you've got to take care of what Mother Earth is all about, because this is our home. And if no one is going to take care of it, then what's going to happen to it in 10, 20 years time? So Miss Earth is someone who loves deeply and who cares deeply and is a selfless person.
All right. If you were going to win the Miss Earth 2021 pageant, what would
Yeah.
be your greatest contribution to the organization?
My greatest contribution is, well, having a platform and being the voice, because to win the crown, that means you're given such a massive platform to really, change people's hearts and to inspire people. You may not be, the biggest leader of the world, but you are going to inspire people because you are on that platform. And so many people look up to you, and so many people are watching you and following you. So to be Miss Earth, it's to be an influence and to really make a change, because you have worked, whoever the Miss Earth Queen is going to be, you have worked this hard to get where you are. You have to put in the work. Like, this isn't the end, it's just the beginning. You have 1 year of your reign to really do the most and work on your advocacy. And not even that, just give as much as you can. And whatever environmental events come around, I'm sure the Miss Earth Queen is down to help out and is going to do the best that they can.
All right. Who is the beauty queen that you look up to the most?
Oh, it's the Miss Earth Australia of last year, Brittany Dixon. So she is so inspiring because she's a cancer survivor, actually, a brain cancer survivor. And she won Miss Earth Australia, and she really pushed through, and I can see that it really made her stronger as well. And with her talent category with Miss Earth, she did like a dancing category, and then she also
Mhm.
showed photos of her progress with cancer. So I'm sure that touched a lot of people's hearts, and that touched mine too, because she just kept going, and she had such a strong heart, and she pushed through and she survived. So she was not only an influencer for Australia, but for the world as well. So she's a very strong person inside and out, and she's so beautiful inside and out as well. So I admire her.
All right. So we all know that joining the pageants or being a beauty queen, or you are already a beauty queen because you are Miss Earth Australia and representing Australia. So as a beauty queen, what inspiring story would you like to share with us?
Um, a beauty queen. Yeah, I have a few stories I think I have in mind, but I will share one um, that was actually during the pageant of Miss South Australia. So in the very first live stream of Miss South Australia, because it's virtual, there are always going to be technical issues. So in the first live stream, there were problems with my audio. So I actually couldn't hear the judges and they couldn't hear me, or sometimes I could hear them but they couldn't hear me. So it just kept on going on, and I ended up being the last person for them to speak to because I had so many technical difficulties. And it's funny because before that, an hour before that, they checked my audio and it was completely fine. So I don't know what happened, but at the end, I really was scared, and I thought that they weren't going to speak to me because it was like 5-10 minutes of just trying to figure it out on live stream. So I was so nervous and I was so scared, and I was like trying not to cry, and I was like this, like blinking my eyes for so long. But it was obvious that I was just trying to hold back my tears. But in the end, my dad and my sister were there, and they were listening to the live stream. So they were telling me the question, and I was answering to them because I still couldn't hear them from my laptop. So after that difficulty, that was just very hard. But in the end, I gave my answer, and I still persevered, and I still tried my best. And I think the judges were amazed as well because I still kept pushing and I still gave out my answer in the end, even though it was very hard for me. Mind you, that was my first pageant and that was my first live stream. ever. So
Mhm.
after that, with my upcoming live streams, I think that gave me more confidence, and it shocked me as well because I didn't know that I had that in myself, that I could still keep going. So the one word that really helped me throughout the pageant was perseverance, like persevering throughout any trouble, throughout any difficulties, and just to keep going and to try my best. Because in the end, if you give it your all, then that's all you can give, and that's what I did.
Nice one. Thank you so much, dear, for sharing your inspiring story about
Thank you.
joining, the Miss Earth Australia. Um, especially that the pageant is virtually or
Yes.
virtual competition. So it's really hard for us. It's really hard for us to adjust ourselves because some are having some technical problems like the internet connection as well, right? So we
Yes.
must the show must go on.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
but whatever challenges that might encountered, the show must go on, and you should show to them that you really want to inspire them as well as you really want, of course, to get that crown.
Yes, exactly. No matter how bad the quality or connection may be, as long as you get your word out there, people are going to see the importance and the substance you have in your words. So I 100% agree.
Nice one, dear. All right, so let's move on. First, before I move on to my next question for you, so let's greet our live viewers for this afternoon's live session. All right, so thank you so much for the 25 people who are watching right now, and we'll be reading now their comments and questions for you, dear. So let's have our first viewer. I think from Rachel Sugiono.
That's my
Yeah,
sister.
thank you so much for watching, sis, and also for supporting your sister, Phoebe. Okay, let's move on to the next viewer. From Tristan Harvey Francisco, glad to have chosen the right warrior for Australia.
Oh, thank you. Thank
And
you.
F
Thanks a lot.
and FYI, Tristan is one of the admin of the Philippine pageantry pageant pages here in the Philippines.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
He
thank you
is
so
also
much
one
for
of the
watching.
pageant bloggers.
Wow. Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tristan, for watching and for tuning in. So let's move on to the next comment from LGBT Songbird. Yeah, shout out from Jensen City watching.
Hi. Thank you so much for watching from Jensen City. Oh, I'm so honored. Thank you. Love from Sydney, Australia.
Thank you so much. And you should say it in Filipino, maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
Some of the words are similar to Indonesian. We have salamat
Yeah,
as well. I like that.
wow. Maraming salamat and mahal ko kayo.
Mahali ko kayo. That
Mahal ko kayo.
mahal ko kayo. What does that mean?
Wow. I love you all. It means I
Ah,
love you all.
mahal ko kayo.
And then
Okay.
maraming salamat. Thank you so much.
Maraming salamat. Okay,
Thank
I'll
you so
remember those.
much.
Thank you.
Mahal ko kayo. All right.
Mahal ko kayo.
Okay. So let's move on to the next viewer. Let's have from Ralph Sambat. Hello, Phoebe.
Hi, Ralph. Hi. He's been such amazing support throughout this pageant. Thank you so much, Ralph. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching, guys. Please don't forget to share our live session so that we can have more viewers to come. And also, more comments for Phoebe. And later on, we'll be reading that. And if you want to get some shout out, don't forget to uh, indicate the place where you are, of course. All right. So let's move on to the next viewer. Let's have from Ben Irawan. You look beautiful, Phoebe.
Thank you. Thank you. I love my earrings today.
Yes, it's really
Rachel
nice.
M.
All right, let's move on to the next viewer. Let's have Siska Irawan. Many people put on COVID kilos during lockdown. What is your advice for those who want to stay fit during lockdown?
My advice is to go outside and be with nature and just have some fresh air, because when you're stuck inside, sometimes your head gets clogged up and you feel more tired and you feel more fatigued. So I love when I was in lockdown, I loved going out for walks with my partner or by myself, just listening to music and just being out in the sun. You feel more energized and you just feel more relaxed and more happy, actually. And plus, you're walking, so you lose some calories. But I also like to work out at home. So sometimes I watch YouTube videos or I just do weights at home. So I love to stay active, or I just love like just walking around and moving my body as much as I can. And you've also got to eat healthy as well. So everything in moderation. You've got to have the balance of both, physical health and mental health too. That's how I stayed fit.
Exactly. You can just go around on your backyard with your
Yeah,
kids, something like that, and
exactly, exactly.
do some exercise or some yoga if you want.
Yeah, some jumping jacks too.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much, Siska, for your question to Phoebe. Okay, let's move on to the next comment from Lynn Joy. She is an Indonesian born in Australia.
That's correct. Yes.
Definitely. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Lynn Joy, for your comment. Next question from LGBT Songbird. My question is, how would you define a real woman as to role? I think let's reiterate, or let's change the question for Miss Universe to Miss Earth.
Okay. So is the question, how is a real woman? How would you define a real woman? Oh, okay. Definition of a real woman, I think, is to know who you are, and from knowing who you are going to really be more powerful in the words that you say, and you are going to be, more passionate in the things that you say as well. So I think, yeah, to be a real woman is to know who you are and know what your purpose is, and know what your calling is to become Miss Earth, Miss Universe, Miss World. Because if you are just doing this just to gain fame or just to be on camera, then that is not the right reason, and it's going to show, and your passion isn't going to be as great. So if you know why you're doing this and what your goal is and what your purpose is, that is a real woman, and that is what is going to really shine, and that is what people are going to really see. And in the end, that is, that is going to, you are going to be the best influence to really, try and inspire the world and try to change the world.
Nice one, dear. Thank you so much for that wonderful answer, and also for the question coming from LGBT Songbird. Okay, let's have a next comment from our viewer. We have Frida celebrates. Beautiful Miss Earth Australia.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Keep on sending your questions, guys, and comments to Phoebe. Okay, let's move on to the next question from Yet Manuel Tabangay Bakarak. Sorry. Okay, Bakarak. I have my question to Miss Australia. If you see an endangered animal eating an endangered plant, what will you do? Thank you.
Ooh, I've got to say, that is a pretty tricky question. Well, I think it does depend on the endangered animal as well, because I wouldn't want it to harm me. So I would obviously try to be aware on what the animal could do to me. But that is a hard one. But I, I think that I would leave the animal, because it is an endangered animal, but it is meant to be out in nature as well. But it also depends on if they're, if they're in like in a bad location, if they're in a dangerous location. And I will just have to go with my gut and my heart in the end on like where they are. I would probably take them to the animal shelter or the RSPCA animal rescue. But if they're okay, and if, they're just peacefully just living their life, I really think that I would just leave them alone just to be with nature. That is my answer. And yes, they are eating an endangered plant, but that is how they survive, and they survive off natural foods and nature. So that is how I would do it, in my opinion.
Nice one, dear. All right. Thank you so much again for that wonderful answer, Miss Phoebe. Let's move on to the next question from. Let's have comment first. from one of your fans from Fast Ramum. Hope she joined Putiri for Miss Universe Indonesia.
Terima kasih. Well, I've actually had a few questions on whether I was going to join, and I would love to, but it's because that is based in Indonesia. So you either have to be an Indonesian citizen or you'll have to have a dual citizenship. And for some reason with Australia, you can't have an Australian and Indonesian citizenship. So I can't actually join Miss Putri of Indonesia. But I would love to. I really would.
All right, thank you so much. So that is a cleared answer, Fast Ramon, for your question. Okay, let's move on to the next viewer from Brandon Siratan. Good, very early morning, Jay and Phoebe. Such a clean screen.
Oh. Yeah, we do have clean screens. You've got your green one, I've got my blue. I wonder where you're from, Brandon, if it's very early in the morning, because over here it's evening. So, and over in the
Uh,
Philippines, it's late
uh,
afternoon.
Bra-
Mm.
Brandon Siratan is one of my regular viewers here in Pageant Trend, and he is all the way from Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So,
thank you so much for watching. Love from Sydney.
thank you so much, Brandon, for watching always. And let's have this. Okay, so LGBT songbird was, you know, the question was changed.
Oh, right.
So from Miss
Um,
Earth to,
you didn't have to do
from
that. Thank
Miss
you.
Universe to Miss Earth.
Right.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. And let's have this from Frida Celebrates. What do you enjoy the most being a candidate of Miss Earth?
What do I enjoy the most? I enjoy I enjoy being with the candidates and speaking to them actually because they are experiencing the same things and they're going through the same things as well. It may not be the exact same, but they understand how you feel and they understand what you're going through, and I'm sure every single girl has had their fair share of difficulties for sure, whether it's technical difficulties or, personal difficulties during this pageant. But that is what I've enjoyed the most. And it has been a shame that I haven't been able to meet them face to face, but it kind of feels like I have because I have been able to speak with them virtually. So that is what I enjoy the most being a candidate of Miss Earth. Not only that, but I also learn a lot from them because they all have their own advocacies and they all have their own passion. So it's always nice being educated by different people and always learning something new when I'm listening to a live stream.
All right, thank you so much, dear. Let's move on to the next comment from Siska Irawan. So lovely of Phoebe to mention Brittany Dixon. She is indeed a very inspiring woman of the earth.
Yes, she really is, and she's actually been helping me. She's given me some advice and some tips because she has been in my position before, also with her pageant being virtual. So I love Brittany.
All right, thank you so much. And let's have Glyza Perez watching right now. Beautiful, Phoebe.
Glyza, she's actually one of my mentors. Hi, Ate Glyza, Kuya Ed, and Kuya Gabe. They're all probably watching
Th-
right now.
Wow, thank you so much for watching, Glyza Perez. And let's move on to the next viewer. Let's have from Pon Pon. Very cute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Let's move on to the next comment from our viewer. Let's have this from Ralph Sambat. Catch you later and good luck today. We'll do some paperwork.
Okay. Don't enjoy paperwork too much. Thank you for watching.
Okay, next comment. Okay, let's have this. A question from Brandon Seratan. So it's a very long question. Okay, I will read that for you.
Okay.
So Martha Beck clients often feel as if they have an alter ego working against them. The conscientious Dr. Jekyll self makes the rules, and the heinous Mr. Hyde self breaks them over and over again. This sense of being split into two is a clear experience of duplicity. And the way to stop the self sabotage is a return to integrity. Are you Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde?
I don't understand the. Sorry, I'll just read it again. Often feel like
Okay.
they have an alter ego working against them. Um. Ah.
Mm,
Okay. Ways to solve to return into. Mm. I don't really understand the question fully, but as if an alter. Okay, so the alter ego, either one is Dr. Jekyll and one is Mr. Hyde. Well, it's always good to follow the rules. Well, depending on what the rules is, like you can always, oh, this one I don't fully understand, but um I do like to follow the rules, and I think it's important to always, stick to the protocol. I'm
mm,
not a fan of breaking the rules at all because that's not part of my integrity and that's morally not the right thing to do. That's why rules are in place. Um, yeah, so I would say that I'm more Dr. Jekyll for sure.
okay. So Dr. Jekyll is self
Or
makes
self-make.
the rules. So conscious. Dr. Jekyll is a conscious person.
Right.
Consi- yeah, yeah, conscious person. So that's it. Okay, thank you so much, dear, for your answer. By the way, for the information, everyone, Glyza Perez, as one of your mentor, is also Miss World Philippines First Princess here. So thank you so much,
Yes.
guys, for tuning in.
Yes.
And all
She's amazing.
right, she is also a very supportive and an intelligent mentor. So
Very.
you are in the good hand.
I really am.
All
To be
right.
mentored by Glycer, it's like, the best of the best. So thank you.
Exactly. All right, so let's have this. A comment from Yet Manuel Tabangay Bacara. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best. Love from Coron, Palawan, Philippines.
Oh, thank you. What was that? Love you again, Mahal.
Mahal ko kayo. Or mahal
Mahal ko
kita.
tayo. So,
Mahal
sorry.
kita.
Mahal kita, mahal kita.
So it means I love you.
I love you. Okay. I think I remember that more.
Okay, next comment from our YouTube channel watching. From Lil Penny, are you aware the great history of Australia in Miss Earth like Diana, Lind, Lindell, Brittany, etc.?
I'm going to be honest, I'm not as familiar with Diana and Lyndall, but of course, Brittany. Who else? Brittany, Susanna, Monique. So they have all also messaged me and they've given me support. I haven't actually spoken to Diana or Lyndall myself, but I should definitely look into that.
All right. Next question from Lil Penny again. Excluding yourself, which top four candidates have impressed you in the Miss Earth 2021?
Yes. The top four candidates, I'd have to say Miss Belize. She is absolutely beautiful and she seems so confident in herself and she seems really genuine. Miss USA as well. She's a very strong candidate. I know that she's had a lot of experience with pageantry and her videos are just absolutely amazing. Miss Thailand, oh, she's so sweet and she's so cute. We've messaged every now and then, and yeah, I wish I could meet her in real life. She just seems like she has such a bubbly and funny personality, in which she does, because I have done live streams with like her with a smaller group. So she's just awesome. And Miss Netherlands as well. She makes her own clothes and they're so beautiful. And I wish I could sew myself. Maybe that will be a future project that I can work on. But yeah, she's for her to make her own clothes and to also model in it, like kudos to her.
Thank you so much, dear. Another comment from your mentor, Glyza Perez. So proud of you, Queen.
Thank you, Queen. I'll see you on
Okay.
Tuesday.
Thank you so much, Glyza, for tuning in again. And congratulations, Glyza. Okay, next. Next comment from Gabe Amor. You're doing amazing.
Oh, thank you. He's my other mentor, Queer Game. They're part of the company called Queen Central. So it's Glycer and Gabe that are working together. So thank you, Gabe. Thanks, Clea.
Wow, nice one. Okay. How do you how do you find working a Filipino pageant experts?
Working with a Filipino pageant.
Yeah, pageant experts.
Oh, pageant experts. Oh, it's so nice. Um they've just been the loveliest people ever, and they've told me a lot of stories on what it's like in the Philippines and how huge the pageant is in the Philippines, how with pageantry in different provinces they actually have one every week, which shocked me because like it's that regular and it's that frequent that girls enter every single week and they win in their province. And yeah, it really is it is a really big thing, the pageant industry in the Philippines. So I would love to one day go to the Philippines and have a look what it's like over there, because surely it's different to here in Sydney where pageantry isn't as big. But hopefully we'll break through and people in Australia will realize how good it is to actually be in a pageant. It builds up your confidence, and you also can share what you are passionate about and what you believe in.
Thank you, dear. Let's move on to the next comment from Lil Penny again. This reminds me of the vegan question that Australia had a few days ago. Okay, next comment from Brandon Siratan. Breathe. Great job, Dr. Jekyll. You should listen to Ed Sheeran's Sounds Joker and the Queen Bay Donkey.
Okay. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran Sound Joker and the Queen. Oh, is it from his new album? I'm not sure. I don't really listen to Ed Sheeran, but I'll listen to that. Joker and the Queen. Okay. Thanks, Brandon.
All right. Thank you so much, Brandon, for your um, comment. Let's have from Lil Penny again. Your evening gown performance was really good, and your video was so beautiful with the Sydney Bridge on the background. Whose idea was that to shoot that video in such an iconic place?
The idea was the videographer. So his name is Santo. He's from this company, his own company called Paper Cranes Productions, and he has been the one that has been shooting all my videos for Miss Earth. So he's like so quick and he's so good at his job. So he's the one that actually chose all the locations. So of course, me being from Sydney, what do you think of first? You think of the Opera House, you think of the Harbour Bridge. So we wanted to showcase that in our videos. So thank goodness it wasn't very busy during that time. So I was able to have that space and to walk on the sidewalk. So that was a very good location. So my videographer, he was the one that decided to shoot there.
Nice idea, dear, and congratulations for that.
Thanks.
Let's move on to your mentor has a question for you from Glyza Perez. What inspires you the most, Phoebe?
I think a lot of people inspire me the most. What inspires me the most? I think what inspires me the most. Sorry, I'm just gonna have a little think about this one.
Let's take a look back on your personal life journey.
Yeah, I'm like switching back to my memories all the way back then.
Yeah.
I think what inspires me the most is going back to my purpose and just I have like an end goal. Not I don't have an end goal in mind, but I have a goal in which I want to reach, and having that goal and I want to be, of course, successful. I want to be influential, and there are things that I do want to reach, and that is what inspires me to keep going. And what has also inspired me is throughout this pageant, I've even had like a few messages, people messaging me being like, I am from Indonesia, I'm from the Philippines, and I really love what you're doing and you've really inspired me to do this. Even my friends have messaged me saying that I've inspired them, which really just shocked me because I didn't know that I could have that power and I could really just reach out to people, whether they're my friends or whether they're people from the Philippines. But that actually inspires me to keep going and to realize that people are watching and people are seeing what you're doing. And you never know, you could really just inspire a girl to go for it, or to even enter a pageant. And what inspires me the most definitely are the words of the people and the encouragement of the people, and also knowing where this is leading me to.
All right. Thank you so much, dear, for that wonderful answer. So next we have a question from Lil Penny. Oh, I think this question is for me. So I might read this for you, Leo. So I'll try to answer this, Leo Penny. So thank you so much for tuning in always. So this is a question to the host rather than Phoebe. Okay, are you surprised that there are so many Latinas that can speak fluent English this year, like Chile, Venezuela, Panama? Is this an advantage or not? So for me, I am not really surprised that they speak fluent in English, such as Chile, Venezuela, and Panama, because of course all of the queens, are having some preparations of joining the pageant, and I think for me, this is an advantage for them, of course, because especially of joining the Miss Earth or the Miss Universe. English speaking is the most important, or English language is the most important, of course, for us to understand each and every one, especially the judges, because not all the judges are having or understand their own language. So we must know that the international language is English. So you must speak in English, especially in joining the pageant, because it is part of the communication. Um, you know, it is also part of the percentage of having to judge the candidates on how they can communicate well, because some of the organizations are really looking for the best speaker for the organization. So
Mm.
um, this is an advantage for them to speak English well, or to speak fluent in English, right?
Mm.
Okay, so that's my answer, Lil Penny. So this is an
Yeah.
advantage for them to speak English,
Yeah.
especially in joining the Miss Earth, and as well as the Miss Universe and some of other pageants, or some of
Mm.
other organizations. Thank you so much, Lil, for your question.
You should join a
And
pageant.
yes. Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. And let's have a question from your sister, right? From Rachel
Yes.
Sugiono. What is your advice for the young women that see you as a role model?
My advice for the young women is just to be true to yourself. And I may have said this a few times, but to be true to yourself is to know who you are. So you do have to go back and you really have to search deep into, you know, who you are and what you're here for. And from that, you'll be able to be your true self. And because everyone is different and you don't want to be like another person, because that's not being original and that's not being genuine. So in the end, it's just to be yourself, be confident in yourself, and see the beauty of yourself, not the outer beauty, but the inner beauty as well. And that is what is going to really touch people, because as people say, beauty fades, but beauty within is eternal. So yeah, just be yourself and be confident and know that you are just worthy. So that's what I would give.
Nice one, dear. Thank you so much, Rachel, for your question to your
So
sister.
cool.
Okay, let's move on to the next. This one. Question from our viewer from Frida Celebrates. Can you share with us some BTS stories during the underwater shoot that you did for your eco video?
Whew. Oh my goodness. I felt shivers just thinking about that because I was cold, but I wasn't the only one. So my dad was in the pool. It was actually at my videographer's pool in his house. So I was in the pool, my dad was in the pool, my younger brother was helping me, and the videographer, of course. So the way they did the underwater shoot was that they had like a little aquarium box. It was like a glass box, and you put the camera inside, and
Mhm.
my brother was holding one and the videographer was holding the other, and they put it down in the water. But of course, they didn't push it all the way down that the water would seep into the camera. They did it halfway. So that's how we got the shot. And it was pretty hard because the first few times I tried going underwater, I was like this. So that's not a nice look. That's not a model look for Miss Earth. So it took a few tries, and like going up, I was like freezing, and the sun wasn't very prominent. So it would come every now and then. So I'm sure the videographer he got like some really nice shots, but I'm sure he has some like other terrible shots in his storage there where I'm like going like this, or like I'm closing my eyes or like something. But that was a very different shoot. I've never done an underwater shoot before. So it was hard because it was cold, but it was really fun. It was a really fun shoot because I had chiffon behind me. So the material was flowing in the water underwater. So it looked really beautiful. In the end, it worked out well. Yeah.
Well, the great job for that,
Thank
dear.
you.
Okay, thank you so much for your question, Frida. Let's move on to the next question from Brandon Seratan. So it's a short question. Okay, you are so beautiful, especially lips.
Oh, thank
Have you
you.
ever have you ever done beauty ads?
Not yet, but I hope so. My lips, people have actually asked me if they're fake, but they're not. If you have a look at my photos when I was younger, it took up half my face. So I had the same size when I was almost the same size when I was younger. So I used to really not like my lips because sometimes I could see like kids, they would look at my eyes and my lips because they were so big. But now it's fit to my face. So now I really love it and I embrace it. So thank you for that comment. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Brandon, for your question. Let's move on to the next question from John Jacob. Do you think this year virtual pageant of Miss Earth could defeat the purpose of the organization?
No, I don't think so at all. Well, no, I don't think so because at least we get to still speak and we still get to share our stories and we still get to do these live streams. So it's not as good as it being real life because of course when the girls are walking, I'm sure like I haven't felt this before, but I do know that you feel the atmosphere and you feel people cheering you on and you really feel like the excitement in the room. So it is completely different to like right now, me being just like sitting down in an empty space, not hearing like, go PHOEBE, or maybe with my family beforehand. But it does not defeat the purpose of the organization because we're still going for it. You know, we're still sharing our passions and sharing our advocacies and sharing about the environment. So I don't think it does defeat the purpose. I think it is just a different way of doing the pageant.
Yes, and also a different way of expressing our cause and
Yes,
purpose.
exactly.
Still, Miss Earth is Miss Earth.
Yes,
It won't change. It won't change the purpose of the organization, dear.
100%.
Right?
Agree.
Exactly. So whatever may happen, Miss Earth is still Miss Earth.
Yes. Thank you, John,
All
for that
right.
question.
Thank you so much, John, for your question to PHOEBE, and of course for tuning in. So don't forget to share our live session and of course like our Facebook page for more updates and features about pageant. Let's move on to the next question from Lil Penny to our pageant trend YouTube channel. PHOEBE, were you surprised that Brittany Dixon didn't make to the semifinals in Miss Earth 2020 last year?
Yes. Yes, I was. Yes, I don't know why she didn't make it to the semifinals because I thought that she did such a great job. Well, it in the end it is up to the judges on who they wanted to pick for the semifinals, but I was surprised myself that she didn't make it through because I could see in the videos that she tried her best and she really just I think that she owned it. The national costume was absolutely extravagant and beautiful, how it showed the Great Barrier Reef. And also the other costume where, I don't know if you've seen, she had like gold wings and then she had the gold costume as well. Oh, that was my favorite costume ever worn by her. But yes, I was surprised, but you know, at least, you know, she's still making an impact now and people still know her as Miss Earth Australia. So that was not the end for her. I know that for sure.
All right. So everything happens for a reason. There,
Exactly.
right?
Yes, I say that all the time.
Okay. Thank you so much, Leo, for your question to Phoebe. And let's move on to comment from
Hello.
Reggie Ganados Mante. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you for watching, Reggie. If you have question, don't hesitate to comment down below. And a comment from Jacob Rob. Thank you too. Love from the Philippines.
Oh, thank you so much. Love from Australia. Mahal cinta.
Yes, mahal kita.
Kita. Mahal kita.
Okay, thank you so much, Phoebe and John Jacob, for your comments. Okay, let's have this. Another question from Lil Penny. Do you think it's unfair to small pageant countries like you that Venezuela, Philippines, and Thailand have the backing and funding of local TV networks, beauty comps, sponsors, fashion designers, etc.?
I don't think it's unfair. I really do think that they are definitely blessed to have an abundance of beauty camps, sponsors, fashion designers. It's not their fault that they have such an amazing team, and it's not their fault that they can have so many sponsorships because, yes, Venezuela, Philippines, and Thailand, and all these other countries, USA, pageantry is big over there. So that's just what's going to happen. It's an automatic, it's given that, they're given a lot more, attention from beauty camps and fashion designers. But in the end, you make do with what you've got, and you have to be resourceful. And that's what I've been trying to do with this pageant, resourcing from different stores. Even my mom's been helping me to contact dress hire stores, and we were blessed to get two as well to help us with this pageant to wear the dresses for the videos. So in the end, you just have to make do with what you've got, and you've got to be resourceful with what you have. So, and that is what we can do. So just make the most out of it, just do your best, and that's all you can give.
Nice one, dear. Nice answer, dear. I really love it. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So being resourceful, right? That's the most
Mhm.
important. So it's
Yeah.
not about being a small pageant or small pageant countries. It's about being resourceful.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
de- you are definitely right, dear. Okay, let's move on to next comment from John Jacob. Mahal din kita. Cute.
Thank you. I'm trying.
So that's the English of that Tagalog words is I love you too.
Oh, yeah. Thank you
The,
so
res-
much.
the response of your mahal kita. Okay, let's move on to Frida celebrates. What do you think of the independent hot pics posted by pageant bloggers? How have they encouraged you?
Yes, they've encouraged me quite a bit actually. So with a few rounds, I have seen myself in the top picks by Missology or just different social media platforms. So it is nice to see my face up there. Sometimes I'm not up there, and that's okay. Everyone has their own opinions, and everyone has their own um, take on things. I do agree. Maybe some of my videos aren't. I did better in some videos than other videos, but it all depends on the person and who they think were the best videos. So seeing my face on some of the hot picks, it really does encourage you to. It really does encourage me, and it's nice to be noticed as well. Australia, we're known as the underdogs, and we're known as a small country, but we're trying to pull through. But we're trying to be big, and we're trying to be in the top 10 and just be in the top tier. So we are trying our best. So being in the top picks is definitely just something exciting and something very encouraging.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful answer and also for that wonderful question from Frida Celebrates.
Yes.
Okay, another I have a follow-up question for you, dear. So since you are a rookie in this pageantry,
Mm.
have you encountered some bashing on your social media platform?
Um, Honestly, not as much, but I have before, just like little comments here and there.
Mhm. And
It's
how
just
did you manage it? How did you
well,
manage it?
I don't respond to it. it doesn't. When I first saw like a bad comment about me, I was a bit taken aback, I've got to admit, because I was like, oh wow, like of course it's going to happen, but I just didn't expect just a random person just to do that. But it is what it is. With every single thing that you do in every single industry, there is always going to be a handful of people that aren't going to like what you say or what you do. But you can't impress everyone. It's the real world. You cannot please every single person. So what I do is I don't respond to it. I don't feed the negativity again, because that is not going to work out for you. So I just learned to breeze past it. It's not really important to me, and it's not going to help me out. So I ignore it and just stay focused.
Exactly. Stay focused on the competition as well as on yourself.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is don't compare yourself to others.
Yes,
Right?
100%. Just stick to your genuine self. Yep.
Exactly. Okay, let's have our last question from our viewer before we move on to the next next session or segment of this live session. Let's have from Leo Penny. As an Australian Indonesian, why do you think that pageant fans from the Philippines and Indonesia are always fighting on social media?
I have seen that actually. Look, I think it's because both countries are so strong and the delegates are so strong as well, that they're worried that one person is going to outdo the other country. So that is why they're fighting. But in the end, you're supposed to encourage the girls, and you're not meant to give negativity, because if you're bashing, let's just say, from Indonesia to the Philippines, it's not a good look on Miss Indonesia. So in the end, you're meant to support your country, and instead of giving out your energy to spread negativity to another country, just again focus on your own girl, focus on your country, and give support and give encouragement, and just be that positive person. So I'm not for this fighting and bashing, definitely not. I think it shows the character of the people. So it's just more important just to spread positivity and just to encourage the country that you're going for.
Exactly.
Mm.
Thank, thank you so much, dear, for that wonderful answer. Let's have a comment from May de la Cueva Largo. It really shows how passionate Phoebe Sugiono is. I really love her, rooting for her all the way.
Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate you. She is actually part of the Miss Earth Australia organization, and she has been supporting me so much. So thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to share our live session. All right, let's move on to the next part of this live session. Are you ready, dear?
I'm ready. What do you have?
So the next portion of this live session is what we call fast talk questions. So I have prepared some slideshow. So this slideshow contains some personal questions or other opinions and something like that. So all you need to do is, of course, answer it as much as you can. If you have explanation, you can. If you don't have any explanation, it's okay also.
Okay.
So let's start now. I'll be sharing you the slideshow. So that one. Okay, so let's have our first question to Phoebe. To get to know more about Phoebe. This one. Question: what is the most unusual fear you have?
It's called trypophobia. So it's a fear of like small it's a fear of small holes and like craters. It's actually a real fear. If you search it up, trypophobia. I hope I don't freak you out, but that stuff really scares me. If I see it, actually I can't look at it. It frightens me so much, but that is a fear that I have. It's small craters, holes, and when they're together, it just looks really scary to me. So that's my unusual fear.
All right. Okay, next question. What do you wish people would stop asking you?
Hmm. There's nothing that people really ask me that annoys me, really. What a lot of people ask me is, are you Filipino? But that's not something that I wish people would stop asking me, because that's a compliment. So Yeah, no, I don't really have like a negative question that people ask me, but a question that I'm going to change it, the question if I can. A question that people ask me all the time is, are you Filipino? Yeah.
Okay. So it's clear that she is not a Filipino, Filipino or feel us, Aussie,
Yeah, but
right?
thank you.
Okay, next question. What's the biggest lesson life has taught you?
The biggest lesson is that you don't know where life is going to take you. I didn't know that I was going to be in pageantry until this year, a few months ago, when I entered Miss Earth Australia. So the biggest lesson is just, yeah, you don't know where life is going to take you, just not to worry too much. And I try to, just give it all to God. And I, try to be more at peace with myself that things are going to work out for good. And you shouldn't worry too much because, God has your back.
Yes, and YOLO.
Yes.
You only live once.
Yeah. YOLO.
Right?
Oh, yes. That was the word of the
YOLO.
year.
Okay, next question. What pictures or paintings you have had a big impact on you?
Pictures or paintings? I'm not the biggest art connoisseur, so I don't really have any paintings that have had a big impact on me. But pictures, I love looking at my family photos when I was really young. I'm so glad that during that time, people still took photos and people still printed them out. It's very rare these days you just take photos on your iPhone camera, but I still have photos of my families and my childhood memories, and those are the most important photos to me, and I really keep it dearly in my heart. So it impacts me because it just reminds me of what my childhood was, and it wasn't there have been like some rocky moments in my childhood, but it just reminds me that I've come a long way and my life has just been a massive blessing, and that seeing those photos still impact me.
All right. Thank you so much, dear. Before we move on to the next question, let's have some reading of comments and questions. So let's have from Ariel Richards. Shout out from Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, hey, shout out from Sydney. Thank you for watching. I was meant to visit Melbourne before, but the lockdown happened. So I will definitely visit Melbourne next year. I love your city so much.
All right. FYI, Ariel Richards is one of my best high school best friends.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, and he lives
Thank you.
in he lives in Australia now. That's
Yeah, he lives in Australia now. I think it's more than a year, or I think 3 years or 4 years ago.
I hope he's enjoying it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ariel Richards, for tuning in and also for your support. And again, let's move on to comment. You deserve the crown, knowledgeable to the cause of Miss Earth, from John
Oh,
Jacob.
thank you so much, John. Oh wow, that's such a big thing to say. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I am doing my best, so I'll see what happens.
Yes, we say it Laban.
Laban. Laban.
Yeah.
What does
Mean,
Laban mean?
means fight or
Fight.
fighting.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I actually got taught that when I was doing a shoot. They were just like Laban, Laban. Okay.
All right, let's have from Gabe Amor. Trust the process of God. Hashtag.
100%. Yes, you've got to trust him because you don't know where life is going to take you, and it's going to take you like this. But if God knows where you're meant to be, then you will be there.
Exactly. And from Gabrielle, PHOEBE Soegiono, Miss Earth Australia 2021.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Gabby, my other sister.
And another, we love you, Phoebe.
Love you too.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. What movie or book character are you most similar to?
Ooh, movie or book character? Actually, this is a character from the Bible called Queen Esther, and
Mhm.
she became a queen. She actually entered like a beauty contest and she won. So My dad always likes to call me Queen Esther because I'm also in a beauty pageant, and she knew her calling and she knew her purpose, and I do too. So that's because I get told that I'm meant to be like Queen Esther from the Bible. I always have that in my head, and I feel like I'm pretty similar to that character too.
All right, next. What's the best thing about being beauty queen?
The best thing about being a beauty queen is having all the clothes. No, kidding. It's not. It's really not. That's just the very low parts of it. But the best thing about being a beauty queen is having an influence and having an impact, because being in this world and being born here, you want to influence people and you do want to change people's hearts and you want to help them in the best way that you can. So being a beauty queen, because people look up to you and people see you, and people see a queen, and you're supposed to look presentable and you're meant to be beautiful, but you're also meant to lead the pack, and you're also meant to make a difference. So the best thing about being a beauty queen is to have that platform and to say what you want to say, and say it with conviction and say it with power, because a queen has power, and a queen has royalty, and a queen has influence.
Nice one. That's the most important here. Thank you so much. Next question. How quickly do you jump to conclusions about people?
I try not to. I try to see both sides of the stories when it comes to negativity, or when it comes to news. I do try to see it from both sides. I don't like to jump to conclusions straight away, because of course you don't know. First of all, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know if the information is right. So it definitely depends on the situation. But there's that famous saying, with don't judge a book by its cover. Before you meet the person and you hear stories about them, don't judge them straight away, because you don't know that person yet, until you've met them, and then until you've gotten to know them. So I don't like to jump to conclusions quickly, because I believe that that is not the wisest thing to do.
Okay, next. If you could replace handshake as a greeting, what interesting new greeting would you replace it with?
Oh wow, if you could replace handshakes with a greeting. mm, Actually, sometimes when I meet my friends, we just have different handshakes, like even just regular ones like fist bumps. With my colleague, we do like what do we do? It's like I forgot. It's like this thing. Like we go like this.
Mm-hmm.
We just like doing it because it's just fun. And when we walk around our workplace, we just do it just to show that we acknowledge them. So I don't really handshakes is a formal thing, of course. If I'm meeting new people, I give a handshake. But with yeah, I think an interesting new greeting that I'll replace it with, probably just like a fist bump, just something simple. But I normally just like giving fist bumps in the end, anyway, with my friends and people that I know.
All right, next question. What fact are you really surprised that more people don't know about you or don't know you?
I feel like I've given a lot of facts about me during this Miss Earth, more than I realized that I would give. But because I'm pretty naturally, I'm more of an like closed off person, and um, I don't share like info unless like people get to know me. But of course, with Miss Earth, they want to know more about you, so I'm happy to share like fun facts about me. But a fact that I am really surprised that more people don't know. I think I've said this a few times, but maybe people don't know. But I really dislike cheese. That is the one food that I cannot eat. But when I was younger,
Mhm,
if I didn't eat my lunch, or if I did something bad,
mhm.
I don't know, I had to eat like a cheese sandwich, and that was the worst experience of my childhood.
Wow.
I would block my nose and I would just eat it like this. Like I would just go and try to eat the whole thing and just scull it with water. I don't know. I really tried to eat cheese, but I just don't find it that amazing. But my partner is Italian, so he loves cheese. So we're just the opposite in that way.
Okay, that was an interesting fun fact about yours. Okay, next question. Who is the most humble person you know aside from your mother or parents?
Is it because people always answer that? Okay.
Yes.
The most humble person I know besides my parents, I would say, I think my partner is a very humble person that I know.
Mhm.
He's very humble and he always likes to downplay himself when I know he's a very smart person. And he's just always good at conversing with people, and he's always good at what is it, understanding the other person's interests and always just making conversation with that. So he's a very humble person. I always try to like encourage him, like compliment him, and he's always like, no, 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 no. But
Mhm.
he's actually a very smart and intelligent person, and he's got a few things going on in his life, a few business projects that he's doing, and I know that it's going to succeed. And yeah, I really look up to him because he's humble, but even though he is very intelligent and he knows a lot of things, he still stays true to himself, and he's very humble, and is just a very like just genuine and down to earth person.
Thank you so much. Next
Mhm.
question. Love life or crown?
What's love life?
Your boyfriend or boyfriend or the crown?
Oh, my boyfriend. Oh my goodness. Well, of course, my boyfriend. Of course, well, depending on the situation, like, is he going to die? But,
who are you going who are you going to choose? A love life or a crown?
oh, a love life on my crown. Oh, of course. My love life, yeah, my partner, because he is someone who I'm going to build my life with, and he's, of course, I know he's like my end goal. So a crown, yes, it's very important, and I have worked very hard to try and get the crown, but that is not the be all and all. And if I
Mhm.
don't get it, like what you said before, everything happens for a reason. So love life.
Nice. All right. Thank you so much. Next, what app on your phone do you wish you used more?
What app on my phone do I wish I used more? I use every single app, I think. My Duolingo app. That is my language app. And that I'm trying to learn Indonesian on that, but I have missed many days, and I always get emails saying that they miss me and that I have to go back and I have to restart my lesson. So that is the app that I wish I could use more. And I will use more, I promise.
All right, that's a great app. And nowadays, some of the youth or generation is using Facebook.
Oh, yes, true. Facebook, everyone's on
Yeah,
Facebook.
especially as the pageant blogger, so we must always updated in
Yeah, of
social
course. That's
media.
that's part of the job anyway. So yeah, Facebook is very important to a lot of workers and a lot of organizations, definitely.
Okay, let's move on to the next question, dear. Favorite Miss or Queen you admire most? Let us say the title holder.
Like a title holder of Miss Earth.
Yes.
I like the current one, Lindy Coffey, because
Mhm.
she is kind of similar to me in the sense that she hasn't won a pageant before. She won Miss Earth USA, and then she won Miss Earth, which is incredible for someone who
Mhm.
is like a rookie, for her to do that.
Mhm.
And she has
Mhm.
made a massive impact as well. She has her own like YouTube channel where she shares about environmental issues, and she is just an amazing speaker, and she's so beautiful as well. So I do admire her, and I love her beauty. She is just a natural beauty inside and out.
All right. Thank you so much, dear. Next, what makes you blush?
What makes me blush? When someone surprises me, that makes me blush for sure. A lot of things make me blush. I think I put too much blush today. It looks like I'm blushing quite a bit. But I don't know, when someone brings up like an experience, like a memory from a long time ago, or actually recently, because I just went back to work when I just went back to work, everyone is calling me Miss Earth and like Miss Earth Australia. My coworkers, my manager is just like, oh, Miss Earth Australia, hello. Like, you've got to bow down to Miss Earth Australia. And that made me blush so much. Oh my goodness, even in front of clients. So I know they're joking, but I know that they're proud of me as well. But that definitely did make me blush.
Okay, next question. Who do you make happy?
I hope I make my family happy. I'm sure I make my family happy and my friends happy. I do try my best to, encourage and support them and just to just to be a helping hand. But yeah, I think I make my family happy, my partner happy, and just the loved ones around me because my loved ones have just been the most supportive people, and they're the most important people in my life. So they make me happy, and hopefully I make them happy too.
All right, thank you so much, dear. Next question. What was something you ate regularly as a child but now cringe at the thought of eating?
Hmm. I used to there was a soup that I had a few times called pumpkin soup. That's a very well known soup, but I used to have it quite a bit. But then there was one time that I put too much sour cream, and then I actually felt really really sick. And now looking at pumpkin soup, I can't eat that anymore because it just reminds me of that moment when I was about to throw up. I know TMI. Sorry.
Okay, so that was the last question, dear.
Oh, nice. That
Thank
was
you
like a
so
lightning round. That was
much.
really fun.
Mhm. Okay, I hope you did enjoy the questions we prepared for you, dear.
Yes, I
And
enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
I hope you guys have learned a lot from Phoebe Sugiono on her journey to Miss Earth 2021 pageant. So let's have, before we end our live session, let's have a reading of comments and questions from our viewers. Okay, would that be okay to you if we entertain some questions to our viewers here?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
All right. Okay. Next question from Lil Penny. Which celebrity does your friends say you look like?
Oh, this is gonna be really funny, but a long time ago, I don't know why, a few people thought that I had like a similar smile to Nicki Minaj. You know the rapper Nicki Minaj. Apparently, I have a similar smile to her. And Meghan Markle, the
Mm-hmm.
Meghan Markle as well. I don't really see the resemblance there, but I've gotten that before. Besides that, yeah, not really many people. I don't know who I look like, celebrity wise. I feel like because I know how I look. So when people say that I look like this person, I don't see it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But a regular person, I look like most is my sister.
All right. Thank you so much, dear. Let's have a comment from Mikoy Dries. Lavan. Phoebe Lavan.
Oh yes, fight. Oh, I thought it was Laban, or is that a different? Can it be both?
Yeah, yeah, it's also a fight.
Ah,
Laban.
okay, okay. Thank you,
So
McCoy. Love you.
that word is, coming from a gay word. So we changed letter B into V.
Oh,
Lavan, something like that.
oh, okay, okay. I understand. Thank you, McCoy.
Thank you so much, Mikoy, and please don't forget to share our live session. Let's have another comment from or cheering from Armando Munoz Crisostomo. Go Phoebe, Australia.
Thank you, Armando. He was one of my costume designers for my national costume. So you'll be able to see it
Wow.
soon. But yes, he put a lot of work and effort into it. And yeah, thank you, Armando.
Wow, I'm really excited and looking forward for that for your national costume. So it seems like you have a lot of pasabog,
Pasab.
right?
What does that mean?
Pasabog means surprises.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't wanna share too much, but hopefully you like it.
Of course, we will, dear. Okay, let's move on to the next question from Felipe Bautista Balingit the fourth. What impacted you to try joining Miss Earth Australia, not Miss Universe Australia?
Ooh. Well, during that time, Miss Earth Australia was the only was the pageant that was available to enter, and I was actually suggested to enter this pageant. But if Miss Universe was actually open at the same time as Miss Earth Australia, I think that I would do Miss Earth first because I do like what they stand for, beauty with a cause. So that, like I said before, that really did speak to me, and that's why I wanted to join Miss Earth Australia. And Miss Universe Australia, I know that is Miss Earth Australia is one of 4 pageants, but Miss Universe Australia is the number 1 pageant. So in my heart, I did believe that Miss Earth Australia would be good to start with first, and then maybe I'll join to Miss Universe Australia. Who knows where life takes me?
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, dear, for your answer and also for your question, Felipe.
Thank you,
Let's
Phoebe.
move on to the next question from Lil Penny. Back in the days, teenagers like Jamie Harrell, Miss Earth 2014, and Stefania Fernandez, Miss Universe 2009, can win an international pageant. Question: why do organizations these days only select winners that are way older?
Hmm. I'm quite unsure about that. I'm sure the organizations themselves, they do have integrity and they do choose the right woman that is right for the pageant. And it just so happens to be that these women are older than back then. So it doesn't, in the end, it doesn't depend on how old you are. It depends on your stance and how you have been doing well in the lives and what your advocacy is and what you can do for the environment. So it's just, I really think that it's just chance that it just happens to be that there are older winners this current time. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why there's a difference, but I do know that it's because of the person itself and not their age.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It depends on your performance
Yeah,
during the finals night and as well as during the competition.
yeah,
So
exactly.
your overall performance will judge you on that finals night, right?
Yes.
Okay, next question. Next comment from Mikoy Dries. Yes, Queen, we are rooting for you.
Oh, thank you, McCoy. I appreciate you. He's been such a good help as well with the shoots, taking off my heels and everything because one of the shoots I twisted my heels. So, which was, it was actually really painful. And every single time after the shoot, he would help me take them off and he would always encourage me and be like, love on Phoebe, love on Phoebe, love on. So, yeah, thank you so much for your support throughout this whole pageant. Thanks, McCoy.
All right, thank you so much. And let's have a comment from My de la Cueva Largo, Australia, Phoebe Sugiono. Miss Earth Australia 2021 is really an inspiration.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. But that is what I aspire to be, an inspiration. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And another comment from my thank you so much, Pageant Trend. Love, love, love. Thank you so much also for appreciating our efforts and as well as for your wonderful comment. And another, we have comment. Okay, let's have this. A question from Felipe Bautista. What are your preparations going into the Miss Earth pageant? Actually, she did answer it a while ago, but for a short answer.
Yeah, of course. Because Miss Earth Australia actually, it's clashed with Miss Earth. So during the coronation night, Miss Earth Australia, when I was crowned, Miss Earth was already going on, and they've already started, and countries were already being shown. So I was pretty late to the party. Australia was late to the party. So the good thing about that is that it was still fresh in my mind of Miss Earth Australia and the things that I did for Miss Earth Australia. So going into Miss Earth, it wasn't as difficult because I was still in that mindset and I was still in that zone that I was able to still prepare for Miss Earth, if that makes sense. I was still familiar with the shoots, and we just went straight into it because we had a time constraint. So we tried to do everything that we can in the time that we were given. So my preparations going to Miss Earth it was still difficult, still many long days, but it was fun. It was definitely an experience. Still is an experience.
All right. Thank you so much, dear. And we have a comment from Gabe Amor. We are so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kuya Gabe. Appreciate you so much.
Another hashtag from Gabe. Hashtag manifesting. Hashtag claiming it.
Oh, yes. Manifestation is important.
Exactly. And also hashtag Miss Earth 2021 is Australia.
Oh, I'll try.
A
Thank you.
comment a comment from Delia Suteja Yeboa. We love you, Phoebe.
Oh, I love you, Delia. Love you so much. Thanks for watching.
And of course, let's have this one from Felipe Bautista Balingit. Which are you, a day or a night person? Why?
Night night person, 100%. I love sleeping, so it's sometimes it's hard for me to wake up in the mornings. I have to have many alarms on, even alarms that are 5 minutes apart, or like there are some that are actually 3 minutes apart because 3 minutes makes a difference with sleep. So I'm a night person. I just like staying up at night, and it's fun. It's fun at night.
Okay, last question to our viewer from Lil Penny. The last time Australia won an international pageant was Jennifer Hawkins in the early 2000s. Will you break the ice? And if so, how surprised will you be if you win it?
Is this in relation to Miss Universe or Miss Earth? Because of course she won Miss Universe, and Jennifer
Mhm.
Hawkins is an icon, and she's absolutely gorgeous. It's again, it's if it
Related to Miss
happens,
Earth.
Miss Earth. If
Uh-huh.
it happens, if I'm meant to win, and if it's my time, then hopefully I'll break the ice, and hopefully I'll be able to grab the crown for my country. Of course, I will be very surprised if I won it because I am up against 87 other candidates and they are very strong delegates. Mind you, of course, they were winners in their own country. So they were you know, um, they were number one in their country. So going against these number one candidates, it isn't easy and you really have to work hard for it. But if I break the ice and if I win, then by God's grace, it was my time to win.
Okay, last question for you, Phoebe.
Yes.
How are you ready to get that crown?
How am I ready? I don't know. I like to say that I am ready, but you honestly never know. You don't know what it's going to be like on the finals night. You don't know what's going to happen. That is the whole surprise of a beauty pageant. You really, as much as you prepare, you don't know if you are going to be prepared. So I will try to do the best that I can. And I have been trying to work hard. So all I can do, yes, is just to give it all that I can and just to be myself. And hopefully I'll be able to answer the questions in the right manner.
All right. My very last question for you. Who is Phoebe Sugiono?
Phoebe Soegiono. Phoebe Soegiono is someone who is unapologetically herself, someone who is genuine, and someone who just really cares about the well-being of people, and not only people but the environment as well. I really want to make a difference in my community first before I make a difference in my country, and hopefully I do want to make a difference in the world. Phoebe is someone who really wants to make a change and who wants to be a voice and to have a platform to spread what's right and to spread positivity and just to be an influence.
All right. Thank you so much, Phoebe. And
Thank you so much.
it's really nice to see you virtually here. And I really did enjoy our conversation here in
Oh,
Pageantry.
thank you. I really
And
enjoyed speaking to you too. Thank you for your questions and for having me.
you're welcome. And before we end our live session, I would like you to give the floor for you to promote your, of course, your Miss Earth 2021 journey here, and especially your cause, and as well as um, your advocacy and your social media platform. Go ahead,
Yeah.
dear.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to everyone who was tuned in, who's watched the whole thing, or just came halfway. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you do want to follow my journey, I do like to post my videos and keep updated on Instagram. My Instagram is PHOEBE Soegiono. It's down there, my first and last name just put together. On my Facebook is PHOEBE Soegiono Miss Earth Australia 2021. So hopefully you can follow my journey and support me in any way that you can. I really just appreciate everyone who has supported me and encouraged me throughout my journey. It really has been like a blessing, and it really has helped me to gain more confidence and be myself. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, and thank you for watching, and I hope you will be able to, support me as I go through Miss Earth.
Thank you so much. And the last, second to the last, Phoebe, your message of encouragement to all our viewers and followers in Pageant Trend.
Message of encouragement: just, if you want to do something, if you are passionate about something, just go for it and persevere and just keep going, because you don't know where it's going to take you. It may not be the thing that you will do in the end, but it may lead you to something better and something greater. So just a little advice, just go for it and do the best that you can, because you may surprise yourself and you will learn a lot from it. And even if it isn't the thing that you do, you are going to learn a lot, and it's going to be a life experience that you will just have to experience yourself and that you can't pay for. So yeah.
And also message to your co-candidates and acknowledgement to your, the person behind your journey, and to your fans and supporters as well.
Yeah, so to my candidates, you girls are amazing, and honestly, like, all your videos have been absolutely incredible, and I really love to see what you stand for and the advocacies that you stand for and the way you all carry yourself. You all are queens of your country for a reason, and whoever wins Miss Earth, it is so well deserved. And also the rest of the court, like Miss Earth Fire, Miss Earth Air, all very well deserved. So I really am just honored to be part of Miss Earth Australia, just being a part of this organization with all these 87 delegates. I'm just very honored. And to my fans, thank you so much for supporting me. I've seen fans from Australia, from Indonesia, or even other countries just giving me words of encouragement and really just commenting, or even just liking, commenting, sharing. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. And to everyone who has supported me, my mentors, Queen Central, and my family and my partner and my friends. Oh my goodness. I feel like I owe you all just so much, just for always being there for me, because I know that it's not easy doing a few of these things, but to be constantly checking up on me and just making sure I'm okay. I'm just so blessed to have so many people in my life to support me and back me up, and to say that, Phoebe, you've got this.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
also invite your fans and supporters to the Miss Earth 2021 pageant.
Invite my friends. Oh yes, if you feel free to. There is actually going to be a live stream tonight. It was Sydney time. It's going to be Australia time. It's going to be 11 p.m. But in the Philippines time, it's 8 p.m. There. Oh wait, not 8 p.m. Sorry, is it 8 p.m.? Yes, 8 p.m.
Yeah,
Philippines
8
time.
p.m.
Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, feel free to follow Miss Earth on their Facebook and Instagram, and they also they promote all their videos, and you can even see past videos of all our evening gowns, beauty of face that was just recently published. So feel free to follow all of them and support the other candidates as well, because they're just doing such an amazing job.
Nice one, dear. Thank you so much for your time and effort, Miss Vivi, and also for accepting our invitation to have you here in Pageant Trend.
Oh,
And
thank you so much for asking me. I'm the one that's honored.
you're welcome. And I know that you are very busy with your preparations for this, for this pageant. So we really appreciate your presence here, and of course to help you to promote your social media platforms, and also to your journey to Miss Earth 2021. So thank you so much, dear, and thank you so much, guys. And if you haven't liked the Facebook page of Miss Earth, please go to their official Facebook page. Just type Miss Earth and then like now, and also follow on their Instagram account for more updates and features about the beauty queens and about the pageant, the 2021 pageant of Miss Earth.
Yeah.
So this has been Jay hosting the live interview with one of the candidates of Miss Earth 2021 Australia, Phoebe Sugiono, here at Pageant. So I
uh,
hope you like our video and thank you for watching. See you on my next interviews.
Thank
Bye, guys.
you. Bye.